Assalamu alaikum. So basically, um, I wanted to touch on a topic in regards to Muslims and Islam on trial. So I recently joined TikTok and I've seen a lot of Islamophobia, Islam on trial, Muslims being questioned and told to condemn certain things that they have no real business condemning, to be honest, and no need to condemn. I think one of the issues that has been raised, and I think a lot of white nationalists or supremacists, even to be honest, like to talk about and like to bring to light is FGM, which personally I feel like is horrific from an Islamic standpoint. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it clear that He made marriage for the purpose of companionship, protection, and all the stuff that takes place in a nikah or a union. So to connect female genital mutilation to Islam goes against the essence of what marriage truly is. I mean, pleasure is meant for both the man and the woman. So this would go against the whole base of Islam and trying to protect the private parts. I mean, in all honesty, that's basically what it is. One of the major reasons of trying to get married is so that you protect that which is meant and preserved, that is meant to be protected from zina. That is one of the major reasons for marriage. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it clear in the Quran, those who cannot marry, you take from, we can get into that later because it's really, really, it's a lot, to be honest. But they talk about FGM as if it's something to do with Islam. Islam does not promote such things. There is no such thing, in Islam which prohibits a woman from having, and if anyone knows, they know that I promote sexual pleasure and women's sexual well-being. I've just started to a lot, because the rights of a woman is sexual pleasure. So for him to attribute that to Islam is actually very unfair, to be honest. And I found that a lot of them, they will go around and they'll find these so-called ex-Muslims, I say so-called, these so-called ex-Muslims, or people who have been through FGM supposedly, and who obviously had traumatic experiences, and they bring them onto the lives to try and denounce, this is something Muslims. So this needs to be looked at and needs to be spoken about. And I think brothers need to speak about this as well. This is not something that is just gonna go away. And these white nationalists are gonna keep at it. So in regards to the FGM, it is a traumatic experience. The rights of the woman is basically pleasure. It's funny because marriage would be it would be devoid of anything if the woman was not able to have any pleasure. It probably would affect the man in such a way where the marriage wouldn't last. So this whole premise, this narrative that Islam promotes female genital mutilation is absolute nonsense. Even in the case of male circumcision, and when you look at the removal of the foreskin in the circumcision, the pleasure is not taken away. So one of the rights within marriage is the pleasure of both parties. You cannot diminish the pleasure of the woman or there would be no need for her to, have any relations with her husband. What would be the point? It would be literally just her. SubhanAllah, just even thinking about it, that is a very traumatic experience, to have your whole sexual life taken away from you. And to attribute that to the Prophet ﷺ is just an injustice. And I think it needs to be spoken about. I feel like Muslims are not taking this stuff head on because we're so busy arguing with each other and about aqidah and things like that. We're not looking at the things and the harm that these white nationalists and these haters are actually doing. So, please share this message, pass it on, and learn your deen, I guess. Thanks.